Hello everyone, my name is SiC. Welcome back to Dawn of Man. So, I have been playing privately for a little bit and I have a bit of a better grasp on how the game works exactly. One of the first things we need to make sure of is that we have, so we do have multiple rivers selected within these work areas, so that is extremely important, I have noticed. Now we have a work area for flint, which is still active. What else is there? That would be nice to have like some kind of way to highlight all the work zones. This one is being manually targeted for fishing, I think. No, actually we have a lot of fishing areas selected already to make up for our lack of food. Right now we only have 4 raw fish and no dry fish. That is something we need to rectify immediately. So let's go into primal view. My own personal playthrough went quite a bit better, but it seems to me that we have an extremely rare amount of animals to hunt within the near vicinity. Let's have a look. We have one animal over here, a reindeer, an old male. He's by himself. He's a prime target. What else is there? We have a bunch of boars over here by the looks of it. We have an adult male, adult female, another adult female, some piglets. We might be able to hunt one of the females here. Now I do not know if they actually do require that healthy amount of people to properly work. But I think they do, and that's what we're going to maintain. I want to be a responsible hunter. And also I noticed that my microphone is not set up properly. Let me just move it for a second there. My pop filter needs to be put back on for just a moment. Because I've put it away because it's in the way when I want to use my virtual reality set a little bit. So, there we go. Now, let's get out of primal view there. Make sure that we go back into real time. So let's speed up the game a little bit. We are fishing, multiple people are fishing, so we should have a good influx of fresh fish in just a moment. Already we're going up to 6. Now hopefully that is all going to be dried. Yes, they are. We have 3 fish being dried right now. Later on we will have the skins again. Now then, let's have a look. We have knowledge to be spent, 6 in total. So we had just the food drying, and I've noticed one thing that's extremely important, that seems to be extremely important anyway, is tools. So let's start with bone tools. Afterwards we will go for composite tools. The bone tools allow us to make bone harpoons and bone spears. They will add to our ability to hunt. Later, when we have composite tools, we can make flint spears, flint axes and flint picks, which will allow us to cut down trees, which will allow us to mine the rock resources and what else have you. So, first animal hunted, we killed a boar. That's excellent. So we have some raw meat from that, we have fish coming in. Another animal might already be hunted as well, though it did not pop up in the messages. And I am lost, I don't know what I was doing. I was looking at my pop-ups. Now then, where is my village? There it is. That's a little bit dumb. Anyway, we have a lot of food coming in now. It is all being dried. I do want to expand a little bit, and I have to say I feel pretty comfortable right now building another tent. I wasn't sure I was going to be feeling comfortable enough to do that for a little while, but I think we can get away with it. Now, bone tools have been unlocked. Unlocks the creation of tools made using animal bones, which are effective for certain tasks. Now, let's have a look at all the other things. We have another harvest wild plants area. We can put down one of these things right here. And we should probably add another one right there. Maybe... that's a fishing one, sorry. Collecting and harvesting of wild plants. Those 2 over here as well. Now, something that is in effect right now. We have dry fish times 10, knowledge plus 1. Now the knowledge comes in pretty quickly. So let's go for composite tools. Right, unlocks the creation of tools composed of several parts. Composite tools are very useful for hunting larger animals or cutting down trees. Right, so as I was saying, I did notice that the seasons are a little bit more diverse than I expected. We have, of course, spring right now, and when we go into primal view, let's select one of these things. So the pear tree, for example, can only be collected in summer. We have a chestnut. It can only be collected from in the fall. Now we have berries. I thing somewhere as well. Now these things cannot be harvested until the fall, but we also need tools to do it. But the berries, for example, I don't know. There was one thing that we could only get in spring. Ah, I remember. It was the... let's have a look. Tannin. We can only get tannin in the spring. And for that we require tanning, the tanning technology. So we have room for more people to show up now. Soon, hopefully, we will get another 3 people and we will basically have a population of 12. And that will be good, because 10 is a milestone, which also gives us some knowledge, I think. But I do have to say, when you're not really sure what you're doing, the game does seem to be pretty slow. Let's have a look. Birch trees are one of the few trees that don't seem to be doing much useful, or not being... they don't seem very useful. We cannot gather any food from them, for example. So if we need some logs, for example, we can cut down this particular tree. But to do that, of course, we need a flint axe. Let's get 2 of those. We will get 2 flint picks. And we will make 3 flint spears for now. And that should use up our supply of flint. Yeah, I think so. Let's have a look. Multiple people are working. Let's focus the camera on that for a moment. That is just kind of cool to see. Now another person could work on this little bench over here. The first axe is made. This person is going to go out to fish again. That's very nice. I really like seeing the activities in the tents, and I love that it's also primitive looking, like with the furs and everything. I think that is really damn cool. Meanwhile though, a trader has arrived. So let's click on the trader, let's see what she has to offer. So we have tannin, which is the technology. We can actually buy the technology of tanning from her, but the value of that is 100. Now if we look at the dry fish, the value is 1. The flint is value 2. Bone is 2. Dry skins are 5. Bifaces are 5. Wooden spears are 5. And the flint axe is 10. But there's no way we can afford that particular technology. Everything else though is food or resources which we do not need, because we have plenty of food right now. We have meat, we have plenty of fish. A lot of it is being cured right now. It doesn't seem like we have many vegetables or fruits, but once summer kicks in, we should be able to gather those from our environment as well. Now, this stuff is not completely filled up, so, and some of it is done, so it can be stored inside of our storage tent pretty soon. Now, that thing is finally cut down. We have some logs that we can use to work with a little bit later on. But if in this episode, last episode, we only survived the 1 winter, and surviving the 2nd winter is also a part of, or something that gives us knowledge, basically. So once we survive the 2nd winter, more and more knowledge will come in. And this guy, this old man, is extremely tired. He has had to go for a long, long walk. So he needs some food, he needs to sleep. Work area exhausted. Obtain flint. Okay, that is good to know. I like that we are notified of things like that. Let's have obtain flint from somewhere else. We can actually obtain flint from the hills now that we have the mining tools. And that might actually be a good idea, because the rest is a long way away. Flint is not in an easy area to reach. So, there we go. We can obtain flint from the mountainside, or, well, the hillside, I suppose. Alright, so we're looking very good on meat, and as we can see, vegetables are now coming in. We get berries, and let's see, maybe there's another place that we could harvest for things. Let's have a look. So that tree for sure, but for now we might just say collect fruit from that right now. Now I do have to say, the berries and stuff, they are very easy to run out. They spoil very quickly, but meanwhile we have a nice sized herd of wild donkeys here. So let's have a look. We have an adult female, adult male, adult female, adult female. Right, we will hunt 1 of them. Or maybe 2 of them. Why not? Because we have plenty of young animals as well. 2 females. Let's see, what is that? 3 females, 1 male. So we can definitely do with killing 2 of these. And again, even if it's not a mechanic where you need healthy adult males and things like that to keep a herd going, I want to hunt responsibly in this game, wherever we can. So, first animal hunted, a wild donkey. We killed one, and hopefully we killed the other one as well. I don't know exactly. No. That one is still being hunted. Let's have a look. Let's focus on Varnak here for a moment. Now, regular speed is actually really slow, but this is really cool too. You get this animation of this person sneaking. And another thing that I might have just noticed... Whoop. There we go. Nice. This woman over here got the kill, actually. In summer and wintertime, they wear different clothes. Right now it's summer, and they are wearing almost no clothes. In wintertime, they bundle up and in an attempt to keep warm. So that's a cool attention to detail. Meanwhile, though, let's go back to our settlement, wherever the hell it is. It's easy to get lost. We don't have a mini-map. But it's on the river somewhere. Right? Can't be that far. We are too... Ah, there we go. Shit. Meanwhile, though, like I said, we have a milestone unlocked. Hunting and gathering. So let's click on that for a moment. We got a screenshot of our settlement right there. Very cool. I don't know exactly what the parameters for that is, or what they are, but we might be able to find out. We get knowledge +2, and we already got +1 knowledge from hunting the donkey there as well. Managing anything, let's see, tax, defense, charts, limits, resources, stats, milestones, there we go. Hunting and gathering. Accumulate 3 units of raw meat and 3 units of berries. Ah, interesting. So that's actually something you could do very quickly. Survival. Survive 2 years. That's another milestone. Get 20 people in your settlements. Animal control. 20 domestic animals. New farmer. Megalomania. And so on and so on. Yeah. Very cool. So we get more bones, which leads to another knowledge point. Look at that. 27 degrees. That's quite hot, isn't it? You know, let's speed up the game a little bit more again, because I'd like to go into fall, into winter. Let's have a look. We've got the chestnut tree. Any moment now it should become fall, and we can harvest the nuts from this. Now, the civilians, or our tribesmen, are smart enough, apparently, according to the game, to eat the most perishable foods first. So that includes all the berries, all the vegetables, and so on. Those should be consumed first. As you can see, they go down quite quickly. They're already halfway down, and even inside of our storage tent there. Look at the rate this stuff decays at. Meanwhile, though, like the dry fish, almost no movement. Very slowly. The fruits, though, very quick again. The nuts, I'm not entirely sure about. And the cured meats, like, those should all be pretty slow as well. That's pretty cool. So, meanwhile, fall has set in. Of course, the nuts, like I said, have been gathered. We have some beech trees that we do not need. Meanwhile, cured meat, times 10, knowledge +1. So, we can unlock something else. Now, one of the things we could do is tannin, which leads to our ability to make a tanner, weaving, sledge making, leather outfits, and so on. We could also get spirituality, which is required to make a totem. But the one thing that I really love are dogs. So we're going to unlock dogs first. Now, when we click on that, dogs will slowly come to the settlement and will help you protect it. Now, if you click on dog here, it will show us that dogs are the first domestic animals to show up in your settlement. They are excellent guards and will help you fight any intruders. Once the dog domestication tech is researched, dogs will keep on coming to the village at a steady rate, depending on your population. They eat the leftovers from the humans, so they do not require to be fed or given shelter. So basically, they are free protection units, which is really cool. And 2 humans have joined us. We get +3 knowledge because we reached a population of 10. So once we survive the second winter, we will get another +5 or +2 knowledge, and we can research something else. Another trader has arrived meanwhile. Let's have a look. They offer us leather, tannin, bread, fish, logs, and sling making. The technology of sling making. Now, I'm not very interested right now. We're looking extremely good on meat. We have 10 meat, 13 fish, of which, 12 fish actually, of which 9 are dried. We still have the nuts from fall. Overall, this is looking really good. Maybe we could harvest another tree with nuts or something, I don't know. There we go. Yeah, chestnut trees over here. That's good to know. So we can get more nuts. We need a diverse diet, of course. Now, it's also good that we have multiple parts of the river selected for fishing, because these deplete quite quickly, but they don't affect each other. So when we click on this one, this is almost empty. 17% of fish in the river. If you click here, it's still 80%. There, 100%. But this one doesn't fall within our fishing area, so that makes sense. Now, if we are ever in trouble, really in trouble for more food, when all of these parts of the river are empty, we can still fish from this one, we can still fish from that one over here. And it works out really well. So, meanwhile, winter has set in. The storage tent is decaying and is being repaired. This is another thing that we have to take into account. So this requires furs as well. And meanwhile, also, look at that. We have our first doggo. Look at that. He looks so cool. He's still very wolf-like, as they should be. Very, very cool. I love dogs myself. I'm a huge dog person. Any game that allows me to have a dog is an instant winner. This is fantastic. Oh man. I could look at this for a long, long time. Now, in my own private game, at some point I was attacked by a cave lion. And I had a few dogs in the settlement. One of our humans was attacked and the dogs immediately rushed in to protect it. And is this a puppy, by the way? It's a young male. This is a puppy. Oh my god. Look at the adorableness. That is our small puppy dog. This is super, super cool. And the big dog over here. Oh my god. I do wish we had some animations where they interact with the humans if they're just idling around the village. You know, just petting or whatever. That would be super cool. That would be like the icing on the cake, the cherry on top. Meanwhile though, let's have a look. We have sticks. Our tree, our log, got used up on the fire, I think. We have another beech tree that is not being used for anything else. We can cut that down. Meanwhile though, what else can we build? We have made all of our production buildings. We have the storage units all made. The residences, we can only make tents and we still require more people to show up before that is happening. You know, we survived the winter, which gives us +1 knowledge. We survived another milestone, or reached another milestone, which is the survival of our second winter. And this has given us enough knowledge points to research something else. Now, in this particular case, I don't know exactly how to get to this area. I think we have to save up a lot of knowledge. Just 15 points to be able to unlock this, which unlocks the Mesolithic area. So we could definitely get there early, but I don't think we want to do that right now. I think one of the things we might want to go for is maybe not sling making, because I'd like to go straight to archery, I think. Right now our spears are sufficient for hunting. I think so anyway. Maybe just go for tanning. It is spring after all. This is the perfect time to add tannin, a tannin work area. So we have 4 trees right there that can be collected from in springtime, which is right now. And we have even more over there. Maybe actually this one is a bit superfluous to our needs. Let's have a look. We can remove that work area. We will have one person collecting all the tannin from these locations. So, unlocks a tanner where you can produce leather. Which means we have another production building to build. And we will build it. Let's have a look. We can turn it around however we want. Build it right next to the storage tent, because I think that makes sense. Now, let's have a look at nearby animals. We have an animal over here, a young female megaloceros, and it died. It is dead. It got attacked by probably this cave lion, the old female that is drinking right here. I don't know if it's a good idea to go after the kill of the cave lion, but we are going to attempt to butcher it. This is something that is really cool that I noticed as well. Like, the animals are all hunting each other as well, or at least the cave lions are hunting things. The wolves are hunting. It's an actual little ecosystem, which is very cool to see. But that also means that every once in a while, dead animals will be lying around. Now we have an old female that we can also hunt, because I'd like to have some. Yeah, we have an adult female reindeer, also off by itself. We have some donkeys over here. A wild young female donkey that got injured, probably also by this cave lion over here. Who might not, it's also a young cave lion. It might not have had the strength to actually finish the job there. That would be interesting. I don't know. You can see, of course, like the young female is orange, whereas a full-grown female would be red. Another thing that is really cool, that we have these big mammoths, right? Let's speed up time a little bit again. These are extremely dangerous to hunt. They're in their prime. They're very big. When they get angry, they don't go down easily. They have a lot of health. But they can be attacked by cave lions and whatever. And when their health is low, they might be injured, and that might be a prime opportunity for us to hunt one of them. Would be very cool, indeed. Now, this is still being made. It requires a log, which is slowly, very slowly being brought over. Let's speed up time just a little bit. Now they can build it. Once the tanner is built, they can constantly make leather. But it requires tannin and wet skins. So some tannin is being brought over right now. We have hunted our first megaloceros, and it's being butchered. So we get two raw skins from that, 3 meat, 1 bone. That is excellent. We have some wild horses over here as well. Let's have a look. Let's pause the game for a moment. A wild female, another male. And this is another adult female. Let's hunt one of the horses as well. Actually, we might hunt 2 of the horses. Again, they have offspring. There is another adult female. And there's only 1 male. So that is something that we can definitely hunt and take care of. Right. We got 10 tannin over here. It gives us another knowledge point. And now we only need 1 more to unlock another technology. We have an old dog. Oh my god. It's going to die soon, I think. This might be in my head. I have to rewind the footage, but it almost looks to me as if the fur on the dog actually changes color as it gets older. That might be completely wrong, but it just seemed to me that that was the case. A wild horse escaped. Lucky you. It got injured though, and it's also going back to the herd, so it's going to be back in hunting range pretty soon. And I do think, like I said, we want to be ethical hunters. Any wounded animal really should be put down, so we're going to attempt another hunt on this animal. Now, wild horse got killed over here. We get a lot of skins and meat from that as well, though we still have a lot in store as well. Might not actually be too ethical to hunt that right now. I don't know. So the tanner makes leather, and with that leather we can actually make a leather outfits, which can be worn in summer. People would prefer to wear that instead of the skins, which is warmer, but it's something that will be made in will be worn in winter. This will be worn in summer, basically. We have someone that is extremely unhappy over here, so we need to do something about that. And I think this will be a nice time to unlock spirituality. So we're going to unlock that, and that allows us to build another item, which is, in the spiritual section, a totem, a structure to honor nature. So this person is already recovering, basically, but I think I would like to get the totem to nature up on this little hill. I think it would be a perfect spot. It overlooks the village, kind of like it's protecting it. It's in this nice little area in between the trees and whatnot. It's really, really cool. So, spirituality unlocks the construction of the totem structure, which helps with keeping morale high in the settlement. So the totem, a tall, powerful symbol of both the tribe itself and its relation with nature. It Your people can use it to recover morale. Right, and it also gives us some prestige. And for it, we need 4 sticks, 4 bones, 2 dry skins, and a log. Now we still have a log, yep. We should have the dry skins as well. Meanwhile, a trader wants to trade. I don't think we are interested in anything they have to sell. We're doing quite well on our own. And we've been playing for a while already, so I'm going to be putting a cut in here. But please leave a like and a comment below if you enjoyed this content and wish to see more. And I'll see you guys for whatever video I do next.